Hey besties, I'm Jet.
And I'm Victoria.
And welcome to the Book Besteas Podcast, where the books are good,
the takes are honest,
and the tea is always hot. Today we're chatting about A Court of Silver Flames, Book 5 of the ACOTAR Series by Sarah J. Maas. Let's jump into the fire.
Woo! So the main characters are now Nesta and Cassian. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, let me ask you a question.
Oh.
Did you call that?
That it was going to be.
That it was going to be them.
Well, you told me.
Right, but like, you know what I mean. Like, did you feel like it was still going to be Farah the whole time, like the whole 5 books?
Oh, well, I guess after ACO War kind of felt like they had a sort of ending, so I didn't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting Nesta per se. Yeah, what about you?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was still going to be like in the point of view of Farah at least. Like sure, like it could be like the story of Nesta and Cassian, but I thought it was still going to be in like a Farah perspective.
Got it. Okay, okay. And so if you could describe the book with one word.
Reclamation.
I like that.
I think with like the healing arc, it's like reclaiming or like taking herself back. And then also like the friendship.
Yeah.
Right? And the power that she has. But most importantly, the spice.
Of course.
Right? Like, reclaiming her, I guess like her being a woman. I don't know what it's called, but it's still giving me the idea of it.
Yeah, okay.
What about you?
Spicy. There was so much smut that I just could not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
my main takeaway
word?
is this.
Oh,
yes. I mean, because I'm a fan for smut. And
you're a smut obsessed female.
Yes, I am. I will proudly. Yes, and I will proudly admit to that. So I love the smut. It made up for all of the quote unquote lack of smut in the rest of the series. I said it. Hot take. Yes.
See, I thought that the other books in the series had just like the perfect amount of smut. Like it was almost like a little bit too much for me for this book. A little bit. I was like, is this gonna be like too much smut? But I think the smut towards the end kind of like became more, romantic, and it sort of like balanced it out. So
okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about each of the characters, starting with, of course, Cassian.
Your number one book boyfriend.
Yes, he is. He's still very much holding that place for me. And first of all, I thought of him as best friends, okay, earlier in the series. But after this book, I was sold because obviously the smut was top notch, okay? And he's just so patient with her and so sweet.
But also, like, Cassian is your type.
Oh, he's totally my type.
Like, physically.
Physically, too. How about you?
I like Cassian. And I always say, like, he's more of, like, a best friend to me than, like, a boyfriend. But, yeah, like, he's hot. Like, undeniably hot.
Oh, absolutely.
He's the commander general, and I feel like, you know me, like I always have a thing for title.
Yes, especially royalty.
Royalties, but like any title would, make me like, ooh. Kind of like swoon. I don't know.
Okay.
But, I have to agree when you said he is patient. He doesn't judge. Put your hands on the headboard.
We're getting there already.
It's just like it's one thing that you just like think about when you think of Cassian, right? It's just like that line. I'm like, ooh, okay. Mind-blowing smut. Okay. Emery and Gwyn.
Oh, okay. They're so cute. I love that they have their separate personalities, but at the same time, they all come in with a fresh perspective when being friends with Nesta. They don't have to dive into their history. They don't have to be like, oh, what do you do? It's more like hey, we're just here in this very moment. I like that fresh feeling of friendship. What about you?
I like Emery and Gwyn as a character.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm convinced with the whole like Valkyrie like friendship thing.
Interesting. What could they have done more of to convince you?
I don't know. It's just like, to me, I wish that there was just like more bonding, I guess, with Elaine and Farah. I don't know. I just feel like it's because like the found friendship is kind of like a little bit forced for me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're becoming my interesting like you said it twice in a row.
Oh, really?
You
Okay,
just
well, I
said
guess
twice in a row.
okay, I'm catching on to her isms. I have a different take for sure, but I am curious to see if you said there's more, you want to see more of Farah and Elaine's. Did you think the book should have focused more on the sisterhood then?
Yeah, because I feel like even though they tried to fix it at the end, I feel like I wish we could have seen what sisterhood could look like in the three of them
Oh,
versus like going straight into the friendship. And I feel like it was more like, oh, because I don't have that connection with Farah and Elaine, so like let me just do it with Emery and Gwen. Like it just felt like a little,
I got it.
like
So
it would have been
yeah.
nicer if she would have wrapped up like the whole Farah and Elaine thing and then have an Emery Gwen moment. So then there's no like, oh, you just jump around in that group because clearly you don't fit in the first one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. I feel differently though about the friendship. I feel like it was necessary for Nesta to have a fresh start with someone so that she could see that she could be a different person than what everyone makes her out to be. That different side of her that perhaps she wasn't comfortable showing to the rest of the Night Court and her sisters. But I agree with you on the part though that their friendship wasn't necessarily that deep.
Right.
Yeah, it was almost like trauma bonding in a sense. Yeah. And the Valkyrie part of it, I also wasn't completely convinced that they're set in stone Valkyrie. Like they're, I don't think they've gone through enough trial and tribulation yet to justify being called a Valkyrie. Yeah, but I feel like there's potential for them to get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Rhysand?
Okay, how about you go first with Rhysand?
So Rhysand is very controversial in this book. Many people think that he was sort of like a bad character in this book, or like more of a villain, but I never really understood why. To me, it was even giving like High Lord energy of like someone who's firm, someone who, kind of knows how like his style of leadership is. He made, a bad call, but I still don't see it as like enough reason for us to hate Rhysand or for us to like call him a villain.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even think it was a bad call.
Me too. But like to an extent, sure, like it's a valid thing to say. Like sure, like he made a bad call of not telling Farah, but he has his own reasons too, right? But the fact that he didn't is still not enough to say that he's a villain.
Yeah. I agree. And I'm also taking from a personal stance, whereby if I was in that situation, I was the one that was pregnant, I would have wanted my partner to kind of figure it out on his own, because otherwise, if he had no solution and he told me, like, what am I also supposed to do about it?
Right.
Yeah. And if we dig even deeper too into the logistics of it, would there have been a solution in which the baby would pass away, but she would survive? I don't think so.
No.
So it wasn't even ever a choice of whether he's going to save her or the baby. Either both of them are going to be saved or neither of them will be saved.
Well, I think if you cut Farah, then
the baby would be saved.
The baby could be saved and then Farah would die.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. So then the real decision on her part would be whether she would sacrifice herself. And then he was actually not willing to let her sacrifice herself by not telling her. Is that a fair conclusion? I don't know.
I think it's more complicated than that. So I wouldn't just like put one thing. Because remember, like also Farah sacrificing herself means Rhysand is going to die too.
Yeah.
So.
And so do you think that a part of his decision for not letting her potentially not letting.
No, let's not go there. I don't think
No.
that's Rhysand. Yeah.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then in my mind, like, I agree with you. I can't figure out a way in which he's the villain in any of this.
No, we don't consider Rhysand as a villain.
Yeah, us
Yeah,
too.
Us too.
Us too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's our stance. Hot
Nice.
take or not. But I do think, though, that something I disagree with him with is trying to suggest that Nesta should seduce Eris. Yeah. Okay, you seem to beg to differ, so tell me.
I don't think it's as if like she was seducing Eris. I think she was more like getting his attention, getting on his good graces, you know, trying to
Okay.
wrap Eris around her finger kind of thing. But like it wasn't as deep as like seduction.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably a strong word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then if that's the case, if I could think of it like that, I would agree with you.
It's more of like in modern day, it's probably like getting a discount again and probably like being a little cute to the sales guy or something.
to get a little extra of something.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
But it's not as, you know, like to an extent of like seducing, like removing your, you know. your
Yeah.
clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nothing like what Rhysand went through under the mountain.
Elaine.
I like that Elaine pointed out to Nesta that she can't both resent her quiet life, but then also refuse to let her do anything bigger. To me, it shows me that Elaine pays a lot more attention that we perhaps give her credit for, or at least maybe I didn't give her credit for, and also that she's finally coming into her proactive era, if you will. Like she's going to stand up for herself now.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree. I think another word to add is her being fragile. I think the court thinks that she is, but in this book she's starting to like come out of it and say like, no, I'm actually not, you know, as fragile as everybody thinks.
Right.
It's interesting to see or to read about because it's more like, okay, like she's becoming more and more mysterious because, you know, what do we not know about Elaine that's like happening in the background? Well, this is, you know.
That's true. Like they
Yeah.
exchanged glances with Azriel.
Because I feel like Elaine as a seer, like that's really powerful. And I feel like there's more to that. Just like looking at the whole SJM universe, you know, with Tog and Crescent City, I feel like being a seer is somehow connected to the other books as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see a lot of potential for Elaine, for sure. And I also like that Elaine called out Nesta for only thinking about how Elaine's trauma affected Nesta herself
Right.
rather than everyone else and Elaine. It shows me that a part of Nesta's healing process involved acknowledging the pain that she was perhaps projecting onto other people. Yeah.
That's a good take. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Amryn, one of your favorite characters.
She's still my favorite. I have no like I feel like Amryn has that like tough love with Nesta. Like even if they weren't like friends anymore at some point, like she did that because she's not gonna tolerate Nesta anymore and she stands by her own like point of views, perspective and like decisions and the way she sees, you know, like the right thing to do. She's the person who's like, I'm gonna give you enough time, but like at some point, you know, like I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that about her.
I agree. I think she knows when to put her foot down. And she knows how to distinguish between someone truly being sincere with her and someone who's trying to utilize her role or her power in order to get something out of her.
She's always like the voice of the group, right? Like even when it came to the swords and the daggers and she was like, don't touch it or like don't look at it and like leave it alone, right? Like I feel like she still has that energy and she still has that confidence regardless if now she doesn't have the same amount of power anymore.
Oh yeah.
Now that she's Fae.
Yeah, and she hasn't been demoted. She's still second in command. So that says a lot about her character overall, what that means for the rest of the Night Court.
And I think we could see that parallelism too with Aelin in Tog. So a little bit spoiler here, just skipped if you haven't read Tog yet, but with Aelin losing her magic as well, right? We saw that it didn't really like define Aelin as, you know, a strong, powerful woman and the queen that she is.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the same with Amren. It's like, regardless if she's not as strong as before, she's still a strong woman and she's still powerful because that power doesn't come from magic alone, but who she really is inside.
Absolutely. And I think it says a lot too about her being able to reflect on the journey that she had in becoming this new being and coming into this new world.
Mm-hmm.
That she always wanted to seek something that was a bit more than what she had before, more in the sense of love, friendship, family. She found that now, and it almost makes her even more whole than she was before. And I think that therefore transitions into her now new beginning, if you will.
Yeah.
I also want to talk about specifically when she says to Nesta that, hey, you were using me, right? We would briefly mention that, and that then led to this whole conversation about Amren overall. But what I like about that situation was Amren is saying, Nesta, you do have a place in this night court,
Right.
but you still need to figure out your shit before you join.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the part that she really committed to Varian.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
love that
Even
too.
long distance, and they're making it work.
Let's go to the characters. It's really a character. House of Wind.
Oh, yes! The House of Wind is definitely a character. Essentially, the House of Wind is a book bestie, right? Because because the house provides her with smutty books. And then opens the door for her to be like, go out there and talk with Cassian and just be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even like as simple as like food, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so cute.
So cute. I know that you wanted to live in the House of Wind. You wanted that type of house would just like give you everything that you need.
Oh, and just be company, but be company to this introvert, because I can't be overstimulated. I can't socialize too often, but if they're just listening in the background and then providing me with books, and then I, give them attention, then I think just a little bit.
I'll take the River House.
Okay. Why River House?
Because it's so grand. That's like an estate.
It's a manor.
It's a manor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Like I can imagine
gorgeous.
the River House.
Mm.
I like that.
So if you were to live in the River House and decorate it, what would be your aesthetic?
I think the aesthetic would be really grand. Glamour. Very glam. Lots of gold and colors. Yeah, I would put colors like emerald green or, magenta.
Ooh, very rich.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that for you. Okay.
All right.
So let's play a fun game. Would you?
Okay.
All right. Number 1. Would you join the Valkyries or the 13 from Tag?
Oh, but the 13's gonna,
No spoilers.
I don't want to suffer the same fate.
Oh.
Without the context of what's gonna happen to the 13 and the Valkyries, I'm gonna join the 13 for sure. I'm a witchling at heart.
Oh, okay. I love that.
I would fit the 13 more than I would fit the Valkyries. I don't think I'm gonna fit the Valkyries.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
No, like not in the sense that I'm like sassy. No, I think they're not gonna like me. So
why wouldn't they like
I
you?
don't know, I'm just not. I feel like I'm not gonna feel like I belong there.
Why?
So, I don't know. First of all, like I think Nessa and I would have like a weird dynamic, and then yeah. And like also with Gwyn and Emery.
Really? With them too?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like not.
You're just not
my
gonna vibe
usual
with them?
friends. Yeah. No.
Okay.
They're nice, but I feel like I just won't.
All right. Okay.
But I would definitely be friends with like Astrid and who else?
The Shadows.
The Shadows, even the Demon Twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 2. Would you tell Feyre about her pregnancy issue, or would you wait for Rhysand to tell her?
I would tell Rhysand that if he doesn't tell her at a specific time, then I will.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be like, you gotta tell her. And if you don't by this date, then I will.
And what would that date be?
Let's say like 9 months of pregnancy, then I would say at least like the 8th month.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. Would you have sex with Cassian first or admit you like him first if you were Nesta?
If I were Nesta, but like the real question is, would you have sex with Cassian even if you don't like him?
Wait, no, because Nestia does like him. Or are you thinking she doesn't like him? She tried him out first.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like, is it a given that like anyone would anyways?
Oh, okay.
Would anyone?
Ooh, that says a lot about your opinion of Cassian.
No. Honestly, like, I probably wouldn't, because like I see him as a best friend. So
oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm probably one of the very few that wouldn't. But as a Nesta, you know, like obviously they're not best friends, and yeah, I feel like Nesta would definitely hit that.
Okay.
But if I were Nesta, I feel like it's cool to do a casual thing.
Okay.
Especially with Nesta, I feel like that's her personality.
Yeah. Okay. And would you have used the same method that Nesta used to get the priestesses to sign up for training? Or would you have a different method?
I'm probably more very convincing. Like I could sell you anything. I feel like I could definitely try to recruit them my own way. Yeah. But I like that she used that method because I feel like it's very respectful of, you know, their past and their trauma. So yeah, like I like it, but I probably would have tried a different way.
So I'm going to put you on the spot again. So what method would you use?
I think I'm really good with like talking. So I would have really talked to them like one-on-one and like ask about more and like, you know, slowly hint that they should try it, or
okay,
you know.
I like that method.
Yeah.
And I do see that with you. You have a knack for that.
Yeah, I think I could make them comfortable enough to like kind of, you know, talk about it too. Yeah.
Okay. Would you have wanted Cassian or someone else to come pick you up from the blood rite, or would you have gone through with the rite?
What do you mean?
So Cassian was considering going there to pick her up and not letting her finish. But then she finished it. So would you have finished it, or would you have waited for someone like Cassian to come rescue you?
I would have finished it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
Are any of you? I don't think so. And last one. If you were Feyre and Rhysand, would you have bankrolled Nesta's alcoholism?
Like paid for it? Hell no.
Okay. What would you have done?
Not pay for the alcoholism. Like only pay for whatever is necessary. Like the
apartment?
I don't even know if I would pay for an apartment.
Okay.
I feel like if you can't like live in the house and find your own and find a way to pay for your own place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But sure, like, you know, maybe I could be swayed. But it's not my first choice. But alcoholism, definitely not. And like her rendezvous with like the guys? No, like.
Yeah. So talking about Nesta's alcoholism, that's the first thing. Did you see that coming?
Well, yeah, because like she was already like being an alcoholic in the 4th book.
Oh, that's true.
And I already hated Nesta in the 4th book. It was so hard to like it's so hard to start Silver Flames knowing that it's Nesta's POV and it's about her, especially after like she pissed me off in the last book. Yeah. I don't like the alcoholism part.
Yeah, it's really hard to swallow, pun intended.
I mean, I drink, you know, like I'm very like open with alcohol, but alcoholism, like if you become an alcoholic and then also like spending your sister's and her husband's money, no.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like for me, that was the bigger part, is that she felt so entitled for them to be paying for everything for her.
Yeah.
Without her needing to do anything.
Right.
Just because she became Fae, then she blames them for it.
Right.
I don't think that's right.
Like, I know that, you know, obviously, like, there's a backstory with Nesta. Like, you know, people say, like, oh, you know, Nesta is you will understand her and stuff like that. Like, and we did. I feel like after this like thick book, we're basically forced to like understand Nesta.
Right? Yeah.
But it still doesn't erase the fact that she did those things that are, again, entitled and basically stupid and insensitive. And, like, I understand that, people could have trauma, people could, be healing. But when you get to a point of like, you're not forgiven right away just because you had trauma. That's the reason why you did this XYZ things. Right?
Yeah.
Because then if that's how you're saying that's how you heal, then fuck you. Because you're affecting other people. Like,
yeah.
Like, no one is entitled to be like, oh, this is how I heal and fuck everybody. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I understand she needs to heal and everybody heals differently. And, like, she could be mean. Like, during the book, like, she was mean, she was distant. Like, sure, like, take your time, but with spending the money, like, you have to draw a line. Like, that kind of like made me lose respect a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we get the decision that she will be moved to the House of Wind and that she will be training with Cassian and working in the library.
Yeah.
So in that process, there's not too much discussion with her. It's more like they decided on their own and then had an intervention, basically saying, you're going to do this, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that. I felt like, Farrah, it was time for you to really, like, stand your ground and say, like, this is wrong, this is what we're going to do. And she stood by it. Yeah.
I think she needed to do what she needed to do as a sister and as a high lady because it was impacting their whole night court's image to the public, which is really important at this time because they're all trying to heal.
Right. And especially like her relationship with Rhysand too. Like, it was kind of like, Nessa's kind of getting in the way. It's like, yeah, it's affecting their relationship because obviously, you don't, like, as a sister, you don't want to hear, your husband saying things about your sister, no matter how right he is, It's like, it's just something that you don't cross.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you're a married couple. So all you could do is like advice, all you could do is kind of like, but at some point you get frustrated, especially if it's your money too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What about Nesta working in the library and meeting and building friendship with Gwen and Emery? I know we talked about it a little bit earlier.
I feel like with the whole library setup, it gave her the chance to reflect on what it means to have been harmed sexually. Because she did have a history of that, or at least with a particular person. And I think seeing the other priestesses be able to find a place in the library for themselves and a purpose after what happened to them helped her realize that she could find something for herself too. And then moving on to then meeting Gwen and learning more about her backstory and seeing how like Gwen is also trying to have a fresh start, like not exactly like being very upfront with her story, but gradually like slowly opening up. She sees the possibility for herself to open up to other people too.
Right. Yeah, that's beautiful. Let's talk about the training trope in this book.
I know you love training tropes.
Love training tropes. Oh my gosh. Like Cassian training Nesta. I like that. And then basically like Nesta's like drooling over Cassian.
Oh my goodness. And over Azriel.
Okay, what did you think of that specifically?
I mean, I would have done it.
Oh
I'm
my God.
I'm not beneath that.
Really? That you would think about like Cassian and Azriel together?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
They're getting hot and sweaty.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean I'd watch them all day.
Oh my God. So you wouldn't even like choose one?
Well, obviously Cassian's my guy, but if them together, I mean, if they're both so hot. But
whoa.
Well, okay, if you're talking about in the bedroom, then I would pick Cassian. But like to watch them train and get all sweaty like that together, all day.
What would you think? The way Nesta thought.
I mean, my mind would go there. I wouldn't do it, but it would go there.
Okay.
Yeah, yours wouldn't. No. Okay, so of the two,
as a book girly, right? Like I feel like we always say when people say like, oh, choose between this two, it's always like, why not both, right?
Yeah.
But as a person, like knowing myself, I wouldn't.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
who would you pick?
Azrael.
Mm,
Because Cassian is my bestie.
That's true.
I would be even like you're so hot, but I'm good.
Yeah, not crossing that boundary.
Yeah, not crossing that boundary.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that whole sexy training scene, we get to see how he even gets her to start training in the first place. Because at first she's very hesitant. She's basically humiliating him in front of his men. And then gradually he realizes that it's because she doesn't want to be embarrassed learning in front of other people.
He pays attention.
Yes, that is when that was one of the big moments for me where I fell in love with him. That he could notice that about her.
I fell in love with Cassian. I mean, obviously I wouldn't cross the line, but like, just as a character, I fell in love with him way before. Probably ACO War, but really like sold by Frost and Starlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
What part?
And Frost and Starlight?
Yeah.
When he got hurt by Nesta when Nesta didn't want the gift.
And he threw it in the river.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, like he's so hurt.
He's such a romantic.
He's just romantic, yeah.
But he's also really funny too.
And I like those guys.
Yeah.
And he has the humor. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those smut obsessed ladies, women,
Females.
I cannot with him.
The fact that like, do you remember when he was like, we need to train your core,
and he's like,
and then
excuse
someone's
me,
like, excuse me, like core, and then he was like abdomen, and it's like too much smut.
Eyes here.
He just gets it,
Yeah.
He pays attention.
He pays so much attention. So after the hurdles, and then she gets Gwyn and Emery involved, and then she gets more priestesses involved. Like, it becomes a whole thing, so much so that even Azrael needs to help teach too. At that moment, I was really excited because it felt like there's momentum here.
Right.
Yeah. I felt like there's now additional hope because she was talking about how so many of the priestesses haven't seen the light for decades. So to be able to just walk outside is already a big deal. To feel safe enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And to feel safe around Cassian too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really special. It's really special.
Really special.
So the search for the Dread Trove. There were two main journeys.
Mm.
Did either of them speak to you in a certain way or have certain moments where you're like, ooh, that popped off?
I would say, I think it was the harp, right? That could make you kind of travel.
Mm-hmm.
That really was like interesting to me.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was like I feel like because we know that there's a crossover in Crescent City, and obviously like we're hoping that there's more crossover, right? Like in the SJM universe.
Right.
As well as like in Talk when, someone traveled across realms.
Yeah.
I felt like, wow, like is this, another tool to travel across realms again as well, and we haven't seen that happen yet, right? But there's like 34 strings, I think, if I'm right, and basically 34 is like almost like traveling through time, right? But
one of them is time,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what about all the others? So I feel like, and as someone who's like obsessed with Throne of Glass, it's like, well, is this a path for us to see like our beloved?
There's a lot of possibilities here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what about you?
I feel like for me, the mask was an important journey in itself because it showed how much she realized how much Cassian means to her. She thought that he was in danger and therefore she should go after him. So even though he told her to stay in the tree and wait, she was like, no, I got to go find them. And I know during ACO War, we got to see their moment when she thought he was going to die. But it wasn't the same because at that time, like, everything was at a turning point. Like, everyone was on the brink of death. It wasn't just them two. But now, given this tight situation, and yet she's still like, oh, I got to go find him. Yeah, I feel like that was a turning point for her in realizing.
Agreed. Let's talk about Farah's pregnancy crisis again. I know we talked about this earlier, but the way Rhysand handled it towards the end when, it was happening, like, what are your thoughts? It was sad,
It
first
was
of all. Yeah.
the way that it was revealed was sad. I felt bad for him and for the whole group or at least those of them who had known that she's pregnant, because it's not just his guilt to bear in my mind. I mean, most of them knew, but also it was hurtful because Nesta, like you said before, their sisterhood relationship wasn't repaired yet. And so the fact that she had this pregnancy issue then became a kind of another wound in their relationship because it was Nesta who brought it up. And I feel like with Rhysand almost just kind of was like sidelined in that case. Like it wasn't even about him anymore at that moment to me. I don't know. What was your take on that?
I mean, like, it's just like, I think at this point I was already starting to love Nesta or like understand her and like her, but this was another like, oh my gosh, like, again, like, like, why are you doing this? Like, it's one thing to do like a whole confrontation with Amryn, and then all of a sudden she said that to like to Farah. I feel like that was really like really, you're really gonna go there.
Yeah. It felt very unplanned too.
Yeah, and like it's so out of context too.
Yeah. And that brings me to the point that Nesta has a habit of doing that, where she knows what's going to truly hurt someone the most, and she will say those things.
Yeah. Thank God, like, Farah is actually, a really mature woman, really giving high lady energy, the way that she understood it.
Yeah.
When she spoke to Cassian through, like, Date Maddie,
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, like, the girl that you are, Farah. It's just, even Cassian was like more concerned, but she was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I talked to Rhys about it. Like, I understand and stuff like that. You guys should go home, That's a high lady right there.
Oh yeah, she took the high road as a high lady.
Absolutely. I love Farah. Love Farah. Then we saw the increasing of like, tension between Cassian and Nesta. And
my favorite part.
Let's talk about when Nesta finally broke down, because I feel like that's such an important part of, like, this story.
Yeah.
When they hiked and she finally broke down, what do you think? Were you sold?
I was sold.
Me too.
Yeah. I think she's a woman of extremes. So something needed to be extreme for her to break, and that was it. But also because he was willing to just let her fall, literally and figuratively, and in those moments during the hike. He wasn't going to baby her in any way that almost he did in the past with the training. Like he would accommodate her. In this case, he was like, no, you keep going. There's no other way.
Right. But at the same time, it was also because like Cassian was almost like sort of hurt too with what she did, obviously, because he loves Farah so much and loved Rhys so much. So it was also like I'm not gonna leave you, but this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely have to.
What about like, so then they finally did it at some point, right? And then they did. And then it became like sort of like something. But then now the question is about the mating thing. So Nesta refusing the mating bond, sort of.
Yeah.
Was it annoying?
Oh, absolutely. It's the same level of annoyance that I had with her being like, oh, why am I Fae? Like, I'm not human anymore. You guys forced me. Anything that comes with Fae, being Fae, she's just going to push back on just because.
Yeah. I feel like that really hurt Cassian, because I feel like Cassian the whole time was very like accommodating, very understanding, like anything Nesta wants basically. And it's just like one thing that is, important to him, especially as an Illyrian, is he Fae?
No.
Well, as an Illyrian, like she couldn't really what do you call that when you meet in the middle?
Compromise.
She would have.
Yeah.
And she needed to. And
She needed to.
Yeah.
And what could she even do about it anyway? If they are, they are.
Yeah.
You could deny it. You could push back on it all you want and take it out on him. But if you are, there's no stopping it.
But I think she realized that towards the end.
She did.
Yeah. And I love that she wanted to actually give Cassian, like, you know, the biggest party, like, you know, like mating party and stuff like that. I feel like Cassian deserved that for sure.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
And I hope that he found out that she told the guy who was trying to attack her during the rite that, my mate taught me. Something like that. Yeah. That was meaningful to me. And also that there's these different layers that he starts to unfold of her. Like she's an onion. And one of the biggest layers is her pride overall. And that it gets in the way in so many cases, with her making friends, joining the night court, becoming fae, and then accepting the mating bond. What was one moment in which you felt like he really broke down her pride such that he could finally get to her?
You see, I feel like when you say that concept of like being an onion, right? I think that it's like the way that Cassian is also getting in is also like an onion. It's like, you know, removing those layers of the onion. Like it wasn't like just one time. But that's the thing I love about Cassian is it's very consistent too. Like he's not, you know, like he's like, oh, I'm gonna try to really like get to Nesta. Like he will, you know, even if it's a small things. It's also like when he said like, I see you, Nesta. Like that's such, that line is like so important, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cassian.
Yeah, it's definitely like his commitment to it too. It's like, and I like that with guys, you know? It's just like when they trying to get a girl or like when they're trying to help a girl, like sometimes it's just like a one time, two time thing and then they're not consistent anymore. But Cassian was.
Oh, yeah. He's not just hitting on her. He's trying to really get to know her at the deepest level.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that he's just like that because he knows that she's his mate?
No. I feel like right from the start, despite the mating bond, he already felt her fire and he loved it. He wanted more.
Okay. Okay.
He likes to play with dangerous things and apparently dangerous females.
Okay.
So also there were times when, because she kept pushing back at him, that he would doubt that she actually likes him. And that really hurt me. Oh.
Poor Cassian.
So have you ever been in a relationship or known someone in a relationship where they know someone's pursuing them and they like that person back, but then they keep trying to like not show just how interested they are?
Yeah.
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 And how do you feel in that situation? Or are you the type to do that?
Oh, you know, I think that, well, I don't really have much stories because you know, like I'm a one type of girl. Well, I did have an ex, but just one. But I didn't have many, experience in that sense. But in my culture, as a woman, like when guys court you, you have to be a little bit like pulled back. So
Ooh.
you shouldn't be telling them that you also like them.
Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta give it time because it's a thing that, like, oh, if they really like you, they would, kind of like persuade you in a sense, or like they would continue to court you until you see their, their consistency, their commitment, and like, yeah.
Okay.
So that's a very like the traditional type of like dating. I don't see that now anymore because obviously like it's the modern era and things change. But so yeah, I feel like when like before I was like that too, like you have to wait a little bit and like let it brew. But I could see it like from also like the others would say like, oh, like I don't like you, to hurt them and like just see like what they're gonna do, if they're gonna give up. And then if they don't give up, then that's kind of like you realizing that they really like you because they don't give up. Like I've seen that a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, like my classmate before would be like, I have so much stories. Oh my gosh. I don't want my classmates to like listen to this or watch this and be like, "Hello, why are you talking about me?"
But we wouldn't know who the classmate is.
I know, but she would know that that's her. But like, you know, I don't like you. You don't have a chance. And then the guy would be like, "It's okay. Like, I'm gonna do everything for you to like love me or like me. Like, I'm gonna put effort. I'm gonna put in time." And I feel like I've seen that because even me, I like effort.
Yeah.
I like effort. Like when you see them, putting in the effort to really, like even if also another Filipino thing, right? It's when let's say you both came from school, the fact that they're just gonna walk you to your house, they're not gonna let you walk alone or go home alone. They're gonna wait for you, like stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a thing before. So I don't know if that's healthy. But yeah.
All right.
What about you?
I would like the guy to put effort, but I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I don't like you." I would send the positive signals his way. I like positive reinforcement.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Good.
That's my type of dating.
Okay. I
Yeah.
respect that.
Okay.
What is your favorite moment in this book?
Ooh. Can I say a quote instead of a moment?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep reaching out your hand.
Ooh.
I think that goes back to what we've been talking about this whole time is persistence. The willingness to get to know someone deeply, it takes time. And the fact that Amryn was the one who said that really opened my mind to her as a character. I started to like her so much more because she said that. Because before, I know in a previous episode, my initial impression of her was that, oh, why is she just so unnecessarily angry? But now I realize it's because she cares deeply. And so when she sees something is off, she feels very strongly about it being off. But then when someone is the right fit, then like Varian, then she's going to go all in. And I love that she was willing to extend that hand, that physical and figurative hand to Nesta. Maybe it's because she kind of saw that hidden fire and also the need for healing in Nesta. But then on top of that, she was telling Cassian to do the same thing. And that led him to inspire Nesta to do the same thing for other people too, with the priestesses.
Right.
So it was this like flow, this almost like domino effect, and I love that.
Do you feel like you're the type of person who stands by that quote?
Oh yes,
Yeah?
yes, and sometimes to a fault, I would say. So there have definitely been moments where I've overextended my hand to people who then took advantage of it. But I would say I try to be as earnest as possible in relationships. And if I feel like someone deep down is good, then I will try my best to extend my hand and see how far my hand could take them. How about you?
I don't know. What do you think? I feel like you know me more than I know myself.
I feel like you're very selective with the people that you surround yourself with. I haven't.
But if you're part of that circle, then for sure I would keep reaching my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. And I don't know. I haven't figured out exactly how you filter which people end up in your circle. So actually, maybe if you could answer that question.
Oh, that's hard. Honestly, I don't know. But I think one of maybe, first of all, I like people who doesn't sugarcoat. Or like maybe that's too vague, but to explain, I feel like I like people who are more frank and just very comfortable with who they really are and how they perceive things, regardless if we don't agree on the same things, Like I just like authentic and like genuine people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like authenticity for sure. Because if you're trying to be nice, but you're not really in your core, like I don't mind, like you could be really sweet on the outside, but rotten in your core, then hell no.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm really good with reading people. And I feel like that also came because I am the type of person that is usually perceived to be more, because I'm fiery. So like they think that I am not too sweet and like not too nice, But I feel like that's okay with me because I know who I am on the inside. And so because of that, to me, what truly matters more is the inside more of the outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my favorite
Yeah.
is when Nesta hugged Reese.
Oh.
When like Reese knelt and like thanked her, and then she knelt down too and like hugged him. And then also the part where she was planning like a big thing for Cassian. That's so cute.
Aww.
Those are my favorites. Now let's go to the second game.
Yay!
True or false? Ready?
Yes.
It's easy. First, Cassian loves Nesta more than Nesta loves Cassian.
True.
Oh, that hurt.
But he's so willing, so it's okay. Don't feel bad for him.
So does that mean, true or false, that Cassian deserves better?
False.
Why?
Because he picked her. He picked her, and she ends up appreciating, by the end of the book at least, ends up appreciating him enough.
I know we talked about this, but let's just do it. Rhysand is the real villain.
No, false.
Nesta is the strongest archer and sister.
Ooh, strongest in terms of power? True.
At this point.
At this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nesta is the strongest in the Night Court.
Ooh. No, because I still feel like there's something up Azriel's sleeve that we are not.
Ooh.
We talked about it in the other episode how we're thinking that he actually has an additional power.
Ooh.
He's not just a shadow singer. He's got something else.
Okay. You also already talked about this, but Valkyrie's storyline felt forced.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Ooh, this is a good one. Nesta had an attraction for Rhysand.
False. I did not see that at all. You saw it? You thought that?
Oh my god. I feel like the reason why she's so annoyed at Rhysand is because she thinks he's hot.
Oh, well, okay. Thinking he's hot is one thing, but
you know how like her mind goes.
Yeah, but
like the way when she thought about that with Azriel too. It's like,
yeah, but
you don't think she ever like was jealous or something?
Oh, well, okay. I think she's jealous of the life Feyre has. Not necessarily like she would want to be with Rhysand, if that makes sense. She wants to have a person or a being who's going to treat her like Rhysand treats her. But it's not necessarily like, oh, I would want to be with Rhysand, is how I see it.
Maybe I see it as if like maybe it's her coping mechanism to be like mean to Rhysand so that she won't get attracted to him. I'm not saying that she was attracted, but I'm just saying that she's using that to have like a wall. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
Oh, wait. Okay, guys, if you feel that, you should let us know because she might be onto something here.
No. It's probably not. I just have like trust issues.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've talked so much about Silver Flames. Books 6 and 7 are coming out soon. We're so excited. But now it is full open. Anything across the series can be discussed. What are some theories that we have?
Well, we talked about Azriel. We feel like there's more to Azriel than we don't know. We talked about Elaine as well. I feel like she's going to be a key player into this whole thing. That maybe she might be like strongest archer and sister.
Who knows? Yeah. And I think that the High Lords are going to go after Miriam and Dracon for the Cauldron. That Lucian being Helion's son will result in something interesting. Either he's going to be used as leverage, or the power that he has is going to become something even more.
I think there's going to be another crossover. I mean, like it's talked about that Rhysand has this like, planet thing, right, going on because he is aware that there are different worlds.
Right.
I also think that Azriel might be a world walker.
Azriel too. Oh, how about
might
Morgan?
Be a world walker. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, because she's also kind of secretive about what she's been doing, where she's been.
What are your thoughts about Morgan always wearing red? Do you think she's Croaken?
Ooh, I could see that. Croaken being a type of witch in the Tog series. Yeah.
But what are your thoughts that she has a scar on her belly?
Okay, I know your theory. Did we discuss it in an episode already, or did you just like personally mention it to me? But
I
say
think
your
it
theory.
was a personal. Yeah.
What's your theory?
I've been seeing a lot that maybe like Morgan is like previously Astrid or something.
I mean,
because we don't know what happens when the witch, do the yielding.
Yeah, could be.
Could be.
Or another sister, another half sister of Manan.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So also, where did Bryaxis go? Bryaxis was just asking for a window. We were like, oh.
And then that Bryaxis is Caltaine.
Oh, right. That was another one of your theories.
That's another one.
Mm-hmm. And because Bryaxis was in the library where all the, yep. And then Vasa. Is Vasa actually a good player in all of this? Evil or good?
I don't know yet.
Me either. I'm not going to say either side yet, right?
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. And then the Daglin had hounds. Are they weird hounds from the Tog series? What else?
What will happen to the Spring Court?
Ooh. Is Tamlin fully beast now, or is he still going to be High Lord? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he's never truly apologized, so are we going to get that? Will it even matter at that point?
No, it wouldn't matter, really.
It wouldn't change anything for me.
Yeah, me too.
And then going back to your point about the harps. So one of the strings is time. Can they warp time? And they already did in this book. How else are they going to use that?
Ooh.
Yeah. What traumatic or terrible thing is going to happen for them to require to do that? Ooh, that's a thought. So what could be the next big tragedy?
I don't know. Well, I know that there has to be some like clarity here between Lucien, Elaine, and Azriel for sure.
There's a big triangle there.
Yeah.
And then
and Gwyn.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is
I
still
don't
minor,
really see
but
the Gwyn.
I don't see the Gwyn.
Yeah,
either.
I don't know why people think. Yeah.
No, I still think it's a Azriel Elaine.
I think so too. Yeah, and then Lucien would probably find someone else.
Yeah, or not at all, like we were talking about in the other episode.
But I think that could be a struggle. I think the mating bond thing and like the, like, how like when you're the mate and then it doesn't get accepted and then she becomes, kind of like be with someone else.
Yeah.
Then he could challenge the right, something like that.
If he wants to.
If
Does he really
to.
want to?
I think he might.
Oh.
And maybe that could be a challenging moment too, And I feel like I already said this. Like one of my theories is that Elaine, as a seer, already knows what could happen with Azriel if they're together.
Oh, that's a possibility.
Yeah. So, like maybe in her vision, Azriel would be killed by Lucien, and so maybe that's why she's also like trying to like.
That could be,
not push through with Azriel. But
or could you even see the possibility of her ending up with neither of them?
Honestly, that's so realistic, but I don't think it will happen.
Okay, you think it'll still be one of the two?
I think so. I think Sarah would probably give her, a partner.
Or maybe we also talked about this hot take of her ending up with Tamlin.
Oh my god.
People are probably gonna think you guys are crazy.
Hey, but you'll never know.
You never know. What if Tamlin has a whole redemption arc that we just...
Oh god, but it's gonna be so hard for Farrah. And like, let's please not touch that. It's just like also girl code.
That's true.
Sister code.
Oh, right. Let's not go there. Good call. Good call. Okay. So I also think that in the next book, it's gonna be Azriel, Moore, and Elaine's POVs. How about you?
Agreed, but maybe not the next one.
Oh,
because the next one is only like short.
That's true.
So I feel like it might just be like Azriel, Elaine.
Okay,
and then maybe even just Elaine, right? But I feel like it's gonna be Azriel.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
instead of Elaine, I think it'd be Azriel.
Yeah, because we're all, as a fandom, right? We're all so much more invested in the bad boys than we are the Archeron sisters.
Yeah,
Let's be
for
real.
sure. Let's be real. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that the 7th one, which is second to the last, right? There's an 8.
Right.
Do you think?
It'll go back to Feyre and.
I think the last one might.
Okay, just to wrap it up.
Just to wrap it up, because I feel like it has to come back to them. It's like the way Tog was.
Yeah.
But even like maybe like a third. Silverflame is already a third person, right? It was already narrated. It was
I think
in a
so.
first person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I actually. Oh yeah, we never talked about that. How it shifted from Nestra's or Feyre's first person point of view. And then it was only Frost and Starlight where we got everyone as a first person view.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that either.
Yeah, so I appreciated that we went back to the narrator perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Nesta, because there's so much, especially for a first book with Nesta, because there's so much more that she doesn't realize about herself.
Right.
That needs a narrator to tell us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, so final ratings.
4.5.
Ooh, okay. I would also say a 4.5. The smut really carried it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that we disliked Nessa so much and then yet she could still have a redemption arc meant that it was a good enough book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Although plot, I'm not really that convinced.
Yeah, like the Valkyrie.
Yeah, the Valkyries and like the challenges.
Like the right just felt the right itself also felt very forced to me.
Oh yeah.
Because just because it happened to be at that time and then they were thrown into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But 4.5 is a very good rating still.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're already invested, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And we want more. 6.
All right. Well, that concludes our ACOTAR series. Oh my gosh.
Well, not concludes yet, but at least for now.
For now, yes. For this month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So until next time, what are we reading next week?
Next week, we're going to take a break from the Sarah J. Maas universe, and we're actually going to do one of my favorite series, too. It's like my second favorite at this point.
Yeah.
Shield of Sparrows.
Ooh!
We just finished reading both books. So,
so
I'm
good.
really excited. There's so many thoughts.
Oh yeah, and the way we picked it too, we went to Barnes and Noble and like we're gonna look at synopsis, and then we looked at a whole bunch of books and picked that one.
Mm-hmm. I guess you just have to wait for the Throne of Glass.
But I know you all enjoy it when it comes out.
Yeah.
And until then, bye.
See you next week.